Hello students, myself Dr. Jyoti Shegokar. I welcome you all in my YouTube channel which is made for the engineering chemistry and its name is Dr. Jyoti Dhumale Shegokar. We know guys, as per the new education policy, there are number of topics added. So in this the topic of water pollution has been included, which was there in the syllabus during the last time, and when it is changed it was omitted. But now there is this topic, and we have to study this topic as it is the smallest one. It is having a very less points, 2 to 3 or up to 4 marks only. So according to that, all the points should be there, and for covering that points we are going to attempt today this thing. So water pollution, first of all we will see its definition. Actually guys, we generally are known about this thing, that what is water pollution, because everywhere there is a awareness of water pollution, air pollution or environmental hazards is given by the government also, and for us it is there in a study also. But actually what is its concept and what control measures can be done from our our personal life? There are number of things which could be done by us. So for that we are studying today what is the definition of water pollution. You know guys, water has been used from a lot for the lot of things from the long time, like for agricultural purpose, for automobiles, for industrial, just I will say you that for industries. But for industries, there are number of industries, and each and every industry requires water. Maybe it is in the different forms, like for the industry it is required as a superheated steam, for the clean water, for distilled water, but water must be there. So it has been used on industrial level for the drinking purposes, for the bathing, washing, cleaning, domestic, for the the animal husbandry it is used. So those water which is having all these properties or all the standards which are there, that standards must be there to that water, that is called as a not polluted water. But those water which is not having such a all properties, which is just like to that of the natural standards, that is called as a polluted water. Now in another way, if we want to study that water pollution or polluted water, pollution, it can be defined as the water or the pollution which is in the water where there is a change in different properties of the water. So that may be chemical properties, physical properties or biological properties. These properties shows their change, and at the same time that change, it is not positive change, but it is the change which is due to contamination, which is due to the addition of different things, different chemicals which are undesirable, which are not required to maintain the standard. That is called as a polluted water. And this, due to that polluted water, what will happen in the environment, how it is hazardous for the living as well as non-living things, it is called as a water pollution. So water pollution, it can be defined completely as a change in physical, chemical and biological properties due to some undesirable contamination in the water of the different type of things which would not have been used for the number of things like domestic, industrial or all the purposes. This is the water pollution. Now what are their sources, from where that water comes? It is from all these sources. So here sources I wrote. First is a domestic sewage, from the bathing, from washing, from cleaning, from cleaning of animals, that is domestic animals, all the water which is there as a impure water which is just passed on the lands, that is called as a domestic sewage. So it is one of the source of the water pollution. Then second, industrial waste. From the industries, we know there is in the different industries like chemical industry, pharmaceutical industry, textile industry, paper industry, beverages, wherever, laundries, wherever there is a use of water. And that water after use, it is just passed away into the ground, into the different type of rivers or sinks or water bodies, due to which that becomes polluted. So the all things like the we can say that poisonous gases, some poisonous particles which remain dissolved in the water, that makes the water polluted, and it is one of the source. So industries is one of the worst source for the water pollution or making it sewage. Then runoff from the lands and fields, simply those water which is used for the simple purposes, like the water from the river, water just falling on the ground. It is not also the pure water. It is having some contamination due to the contamination in the soil, due to the contamination, due to the use of fertilizers. For example, there is the presence of fertilizers and that water flows into the ground, into the on the land, into the river. So that water again becomes the polluted water. Then oils from spills, washings of automobiles. Generally, these are the neglected things, that by washing automobiles, how much water will be there impaired. But by washing the automobiles from the spills, also those water which is removed, that is the sewage. Sewage is a polluted water. So in this way, water can be polluted. Then waste from the fertilizer plants. Plants means those where there is a preparation or production of fertilizer is there. So where there is a use of lot of things like the all nutrients which are generally having all the nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, all the things in that industries or plants. So from that plants also there is a removal of water which is called as a polluted water, which is there as a one of the most important source. Then agricultural discharge. Agricultural discharge means those water where there is an actual use of pesticides, fungicides, then insecticides. After its use, those fungicides or those all these things which are required for the soil for its making nutrients, the remaining things, like for example we have used insecticides. So insecticides is there for the insects. So remaining things, remaining all the nitrates or sulfates which are there in the water is totally flowed by the water on the land. So during the rainy season it is totally accumulated in the sinks. So in this way that water is that is called as the agricultural discharge. Now by bacterias. Bacteria means those water which is having the suspended type of impurities. Suspended means bacteria, fungus, all the things that can be seen by our naked eye. So that impurities are there that are remain in the water, means simple water is there which is also having such type of impurities due to not purification of that water. So that is also one of the source which cannot be ignored. And runoff from the urban areas. From the urban areas, you know that guys, there is a civilization is going on day by day, and there are the lot of we can say that sinks for the water from the small level, then particularly from the human beings, that from the feces, from the we can say that large those sinks which are there, that are there for the source of water pollution. So in this way the water which is removed from all these sources which are given, that all sources must be there for the whenever you will write your answer. So that all are the sources. Now what are the effects due to this all water which is there? What will be the effects on the life, on the non-living things or whatever they are on the earth? So first, spread of waterborne diseases. This waterborne diseases means wherever that water is used, that diseases are there. That diseases are not only for the human being, not only for the animals, but also for the plants, because the same water has been used by the all living organisms. So there may be the diseases due to the interference of this contamination or poisonous things in that water. Then damage the biological activities and kills the useful organism. For the aquatic life also, for the animals, if that water is drunk by directly animals, if that water is passed away into the sinks where there is a different type of animals life, so that organisms are being killed by like fishes or like those organisms which can be used for the food purpose, that can be killed by that water. Then makes the water unfit for the domestic purposes and reduce nitrite sources. Nitrites causes the malhemoglobinia named disease. So this is one of the disease which is there for the children. So reduced nitrites means those nitrites which are reduced by the wherever it is used. For example, from the industries, reduced nitrites are flown or are removed as a sewage. So that water which is having reduced nitrites, it creates a particular type of disease inside the particularly children. So it is named as malhemoglobinemia. Malhemoglobinemia. So this disease is there, which is reduces the presence of oxygen, the percentage of oxygen from the hemoglobin of the children particularly, and it will cause particularly the malnutrition or the different type of effects are there from this particular water if it is used. It makes water unfit for the domestic purposes due to insertion of all these hazardous or contaminated things in the water. It becomes unfit for the use. So these are not only these, but also again there are number of effects or impacts of that use of that sewage or impure or polluted water. Now what can we do? It is the control measures. It will come under the control measures. Recycling of wastewater. Wastewater, though just wasted or just removed from the industries, it is flown from the industries, it is a discharge. That water should not be directly passed into the sinks like river or anywhere, lakes. But firstly, it should be somewhat recycled, means there should carry out some processes on the water, remove all the very dangerous or harmful things from the water, and then it should be removed in the wherever water sinks are there. Then trapping of nutrients. Trapping of nutrients means those, if there are found some nutrients in the water, that should be trapped first and then water should be removed, because those that are called as a nutrients but that are not required for where that water is passing, so that nutrient should be removed first. Then fish management. Fish management means when we are going to pass water into the for example into the river where there is a life, aquatic life is there, that means first of all we should manage the fish or we should manage the animal life, and then we have to pass that water into we should pass that water into that sinks. So this is one of the control measures. Then wastewater reclamation. It means that water, when it is the wastewater or sewage is there, that water should be reused by doing some different processes on it, like the chlorination, but it is also having some another hazardous effects also. So we have to carry out all these processes with a proper management and proper balance. And last is a dilution. Dilution means some of the biodegradable things are there, which are the animal waste, plant waste, which is there in the water. So that should be first of all diluted, that there should be removal of all these things, and then it should be removed into the different type of water bodies. So in this way we can carry out the control measures. So from our self we can start the control measure of this water pollution. Otherwise we would not be getting the ample amount of water for our different metabolic activities or different domestic purposes. In this way guys, today we have seen a very important, short and simple topic of water pollution. If you like this video, share it, subscribe it, and also that press the bell button. Thank you very much.